Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see concept of control system, features of control system, requirements of control system, and types of control system. A control system is a system of devices or set of devices that manages, commands, directs, or regulates the behavior of other devices or systems to achieve desired result. That is, this control system is part of a system which manages or regulates the behavior of other systems to get a desired output, a better output. So that is a control system. The control systems uses control loops to manage or command or direct or regulates the behavior of the system. So it can range from a single home heating controller using a thermostat controlling a domestic boiler to large industrial control systems which are used for controlling processors or machines. So we have another example is our iron boxes for pressing our dresses. So we have iron boxes. There is a control system. That is a very simple control system is there. There is a bimetallic strip. Depending on the temperature, it opens or closes the electrical contact. So I hope everybody might have used this iron boxes, hot iron boxes for pressing your dresses. There you might be having a dial, so you can adjust the temperature that is required for ironing. So there is different types of cloth materials are there, cotton, polyester, wool, etc. So which requires different temperatures for pressing. So that can be set manually by the dial present in the instrument. So according to that, it senses the temperature, and depending on the temperature, it controls, it switches on or off the device. So by which it controls the temperature. So similarly, our air conditioner, when we set a temperature, the system, it controls, it monitors and controls the temperature. So it maintains a temperature the user sets. Since the system controls the output, it is called a control system. So each element that is connected to the system, it will have its own effect on the output. Features of control system. The main feature of a control system is that there should be a clear mathematical relationship between input and output of the system. So in any control system, there should be a mathematical relationship between the input and the output of the system. When the mathematical relationship between input and output of the system is linear, that is, it can be represented by a linear proportionality, then that system is called a linear system. So if the input and output are non-linear, or we cannot represent it by a proportionality constant, then the system is called a non-linear system. So based on the linearity, we can classify the control systems as linear and non-linear systems. Next, we will see the requirements of a good control system. First requirement is accuracy. So the control system should produce an accurate output. Next is sensitivity. So the sensitivity of the control system should be high. Less noise. The noise generated by the control system should be minimum. Next is stability. The control system should be stable. Next, it should operate on larger bandwidth. So the control system should able to operate on wide bandwidth. Then the next is less oscillation. So while controlling, the oscillation should be less. So these are the basic requirements of a good control system. Next, let's see the type of control system. So the control systems are classified into two major types: open loop control system and closed loop control system. Now let's see what is an open loop control system. A control system in which the control action is totally independent of output of the system, then it can be called as open loop control system. A manual control system is normally an open loop control system. Here the control action is totally independent of the output. So there is no feedback, or we are not bothered about the output. So we are varying the input and we expect a variation in the output, but disturbances due to the external factors is not taken into account. Now let's see some examples of open loop control system. Electric hand dryer, automatic washing machines, bread toaster, automatic tea or coffee maker, light switch, volume on stereo systems. These are some of the examples. So when we see electric hand dryer, so this we can find it in some restaurants. There, when you keep the hand below that device, it blows hot air in your hands to dry your hands. But it will never check whether your hand is dried or not. So there is a preset time and temperature is set. Depending on that, it operates. Similarly, the washing machines also operate as per the settings given. So there is some preset time for washing, rinsing and drying, etc. It is some preset timings were given. So accordingly it works. It doesn't check whether the cloth is completely washed, whether any stain is available. So it doesn't take any feedback from the cloths. So it works according to the set time and other things. So next is bread toaster. Bread toaster also works in the similar way. There is some temperature and time is set. It doesn't see whether the bread is toasted or not, but it will, as per the time, determine time and temperature, it works. Similarly, the other examples also. Next, we'll see the advantages of open loop control systems. These open loop control systems are simple in construction and design. Next is they are economical. Next, they are easy to maintain. They are generally stable. Convenient to measure, as output is difficult to measure. In some cases, when the output is very difficult to measure, this will be a good choice. Now let's see some of the disadvantages of open loop control system. First is they are inaccurate. So depending on the input, we get an output. If there is some fluctuation in the input, then it definitely affects the output. Also, if there is a variation in load or some external factors are there, and it may affect the output. So that is not considered. So that's why it is inaccurate, and also they are unreliable. So because of the same reason, it is unreliable, and any change in output cannot be corrected automatically. So because of those external factors or input variation, the output may tend to vary, but it is not measured, or there is no feedback for correction. So automatically correction is not possible. So these are some disadvantages of open loop control system. Next is closed loop control system. Control system in which the output has an effect on the input quantity in such a manner that the input quantity will adjust itself based on the output generated is called closed loop control system. In a closed loop control system, so the output has an effect on the input quantity. So there is any variation in the output that will be affected the input. There is a feedback and it will adjust the input such that we'll get an desired output. Open loop control system can be converted into closed loop control system by providing a feedback. In an open loop control system, if you provide feedback, then it can be converted into closed loop control system. So the feedback automatically makes the suitable changes in the output due to external disturbances. So because of the feedback, the external disturbances can be measured, or the variation in the output can be measured, and it can be changed immediately. So this closed loop control system is also called automatic control system. Here in the figure we can see a block diagram of closed loop control system. There we can see a feedback is taken from the output and it is fed to the input. So depending on the outputs, the input is varied. Now let's see some of the examples of closed loop control system. Automatic electric iron. So that is the example I gave you before. So electric iron for pressing your dresses. So it is automatic iron boxes are there. So it is a closed loop control system. There is a system for sensing the output temperature. So if the temperature goes high, it is cut off from the power supply. So then when the temperature goes below the desired value, it will be switched on using the bimetallic strip. Then servo voltage stabilizers. So when a load is it requires a constant voltage, like your photocopier or any such machines, we use a servo voltage stabilizer. So there is a servo mechanism will be there. So depending on the output, even if the input varies, the servo mechanism will move the slider so that it varies the winding tappings of the transformer to get a desired output voltage. Then water level controller. So if you have a water level controller, it automatically controls the water level in the tank. So when the tank level goes below a certain level, the motor, the pump is switched on so that the water will be filled. Water level will rise in the tank. When it reaches to a desired level, high level, the motor, the pump will be automatically switched off. So the on and off of the motor is totally controlled by the water level in the tank. So that is a closed loop control system. Next is missile. So when a missile is launched, so it need to track the target automatically and it need to adjust. The target might be a moving target. It might be a jet plane or it can be a ship or any other moving target. So depending on that, the missile should adjust itself to hit the target. So that is a continuous process, and it is a closed loop control system. So next is the air conditioner, ACs, that we use in our houses and in our laboratories. So that also a closed loop control system. The user sets the temperature, the desired temperature, and the system it is periodically monitors, and it switches on and off the cooling system, the compressor. That's how it manages or maintains the temperature. Now let's see the advantages of closed loop control system. Closed loop control systems are more accurate even in the presence of non-linearity. So even if the condition is non-linear, the output will be accurate. Next is highly accurate, as any error arises is corrected due to presence of feedback signal. If any error happens in the output because of some external factors, external dependencies, then also it corrects the output because of the presence of feedback signal. So the bandwidth is large for closed loop control system. So this facilitates the automation. The sensitivity of a system may be made small to make system more stable. So the sensitivity of the control mechanism can be fine-tuned so that the system will be more stable. Also, this system is less affected by the noise. So these are some of the advantages of using closed loop control system. Next, let's see the disadvantages of closed loop control system. The first disadvantage is they are costlier. Since we had some feedback mechanism, we had to employ sensors and other circuitry, control system, controller for that purpose. So the total cost will be high. And next is they are complicated to design. So the control system design is little complicated. Next is required more maintenance. So more maintenance is required because we use sensor and other controllers because of the external environments, the dust, accumulation of dust and other factors. Your sensors may not work. So that before any failure, we need to maintain. So it requires some maintenance. Next is feedback leads to oscillatory response. Sometimes because of the feedback, the response may be oscillating. There might be some oscillation due to that. Then overall gain is reduced due to presence of feedback. So the overall gain will be less when using control system. Next is stability is a major problem, and more care is needed to design a stable closed loop system. So the stability is very important. So we need to design this system and fine tune the system so that it will be more stable. In open loop control system, the feedback element is absent, and closed loop control system, they will be present. Here, error detector is not present in open loop, but in closed loop control system, error detector is always present. And open loop control systems are more stable when compared to closed loop control system, and open loop control systems are easy to construct and maintain, but it is little complex, and maintenance is required in case of closed loop control system. In open loop control system, it is economical, but in the other case it is costly. Here in open loop control system, they have small bandwidth, But closed loop control system have large bandwidth. Here open loop control systems are inaccurate and closed loop control systems are accurate. The maintenance is less in open loop and it is more in closed loop. Open loop systems are unreliable and closed loop control systems are more reliable. And some of the examples of open loop control systems are hand dryer, tea maker, washing machines, etc. In some examples of closed loop control systems are servo voltage stabilizer, air conditioners, etc. So the reference book that I have used is Control System Engineering by Nagrath and Gopal, Industrial Automation Hands-On by Frank Lamb. Thank you.